Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 3. Try saying that 3 times real fast in a row. Anyway, you guys, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so, old girl is at the bodega. What's her name? Juliana or Liliana or something like that? No, Liliana was on the other Power. Juliana, I believe, is her name. She paying, you know, she watching TV and everything. Somebody is trying to buy something. She ain't even paying no attention. Just give them the money, you know, give them they change. Still looking at the TV. Then she look up and, honey, she looking down the barrel of a gun because who is pointing it at her but Unique? Honey, Unique said, motherfuckers don't want to help me. I'm going to help my damn self. At the same time, we see Creepy Daddy. That's what we going to call Detective Howard from now on. He Creepy Daddy because you is creepy. He goes and confronts Kanan. Now, I understand the man want the boy to know that he the daddy and all. But it's got to be a better way than the way that you handling this, because what child is going to be able to process all of this that you tell? So anyway, Kanan come out the house and Creepy Daddy was like, I need to talk to you for a second. You know, he was like, my mom not here. That's all right. Okay, go on and get in the car. I was like, Kanan, don't do it. But he get in the car. And then here go Creepy Daddy was like, now I'm about to tell you, I'm going to lay some shit on you that's going to really sound crazy. Okay? And I know it sound crazy, but I still need you. Nigga, spare us the introduction. You ain't got all this damn time to be sitting up here talking to this boy anyway, because if Rock pull up, she about to bust these windows out. So, you know, he finally says, I'm your daddy. And Kanan is looking at him like, I don't think so. He said, yeah, I know you think that Death Con was your father, but no, it's me. And it's a long story, and we'll get to that later, but I'm just letting you know that I am your daddy. And I know your mama gonna tell you that I'm crazy, but I'm not. Now, I don't know if I would have been here for you in the past. My life was pretty fucked up in the past, but I got a whole new lease on life, and I'm trying to be in your life now, Kanan, whichever way that look. Now, of course, this is way too much for Kanan to be handling, okay? Now, Kanan, like, I just tried to shoot you, and my mama put me up to it, and now you telling me that you my daddy. But Kanan is smart enough to know that, you know what, there might be something to this. But he's still thrown off. I mean, kid, he's 15, 16 years old, you know. So he was like, I'm supposed to be meeting my friend, you know, I gotta go. And Creepy Daddy was like, go on and go. Okay, but I want you to think about what I said, son. I ain't crazy, even though your mama, you are crazy for saying this to this boy just like this. But I mean, I guess he ain't really had no choice, huh? Now, let's jump over to Rock. Speaking of Rock. Rock is talking to Lou and Marvin, and Rock is trying to grow this business. You know, she ready to expand. New York, you know, it is what it is. Everybody got their locations and all that, and the city, she's got it, but now she needs to branch out. We gonna get to some of these suburbs, you know, Jersey and whatnots, and they were just like, why are we trying to do all of that? You need to slow it the fuck up. Okay, both Lou and, well, really it's just Marvin, because Lou is already just irritated with Rock half the time. More than half of the time, 75% of the time. So Marvin was like, you trying to do too much too fast, but of course you can't tell Rock nothing. Rock was like, we gotta strike while the damn iron's hot. Okay, we need to expand this shit. We franchising, fellas. Okay, get on board. And they not really with it, but whatever. It's Rock's business. What can they do? Now, later on, Rock goes to the bodega. Okay, and when she gets to the door, it's locked. And she's just like, what the fuck? Why the door locked? Okay, so she calls Juliana, and she doesn't answer the phone, so she leaves her a message like, what's up? Why is the place closed? Okay, but it's a voicemail, so she didn't get to talk to her. So she pulls out her key, okay, because she does have a key to the place, and she unlocks it. And then she pull out her gun, and when she get in there, child, she see that the place been robbed. The cash register is open, the till is empty, and she looking around like, I know a motherfucker ain't stole my shit up out of here. She goes to that back room, and honey, the door is open, and them shelves is clean, clean, clean. Baby, cleaner than the Board of Health. And child, she looked sick. I was sick for her. But I was just like, Rock, you ain't got no security put over there or nothing. You just got this over here. What did you expect? Especially after you done stared old girl down, Unique's girlfriend, when she was there. You had to know that that was going to come back to bite you on the ass. So, you know, that Rock is, can you imagine the feeling that must be to know that all your damn money gone? So she jump in her Range Rover, honey. She hightail it over Juliana's house, and she ain't there either. Okay. I know she got the bubble guts. She calling and shit, ain't no answer nowhere. Jumping over to Juke. We see Juke in the studio. Sounds great. Okay, definitely sounds better than this new girl that Lou was, you know, so intent on putting the album. I was just like, y'all act like that girl really can sing. I wish I would have learned the song that she sang. Anyway, we'll talk about her later. Anyway, Juke is singing and she sounds great. And both Crown and Lou are mesmerized. Like, wow, listen to that voice, okay? So when she finishes, Lou was like, that's my niece. Like, I told you, like, the lyrics, the music, like, that's all her. Super talented. Crown was like, you are super talented. However, you know, you got to look like men want to fuck you, okay? You got a great voice and you very talented, but you just, this ain't the look, okay? And even though Lou is offended for his niece, you know, Lou was like, he do kind of have a point. And Juke was just like, this is just me. This is how I look, okay? And, well, that's not going to work. Even though the, you know, the boyish charm did work for TLC, they was always willing to sexy it up, even though they did have like that little rough edge. But we're going to do a little bit more for Juke. And Juke was like, I ain't doing nothing more. This is what it is. Take it or leave it. So when Juke leaves, you know, Lou was like, that's my niece you was talking about. You know, he offended. And Crown was like, I ain't trying to offend her, but you know how it is. Well, you already know that Crown and Lou got some drama anyway. So it's some underlying tension there because Crown's fucking Lou's girl, okay? Sent her off to Los Angeles and all that. And Crown was like, don't be mad at me because I'll be trying to help people. Like, I'm trying to help your niece too. I was like, Lou and Crown is going to get into a good-ass fight sometime soon. Now, Marvin, we see Marvin in class. Again, Marvin looked like he got better things to do, but damn it, the counselor is not going to let him just walk in and walk out, so you're going to have to participate. So she's talking to the people, and she asked them, like, what are their coping mechanisms? Marvin, what about you? What do you do to make sure that you don't beat a motherfucker up? Well, Marvin beats him up. That's how he gets off. That's what makes him feel good. He was like, they stepped to me wrong, I beat their ass. And she was just like, okay, but we can't just go around beating asses all the time. You have what we call open aggression. And he was like, yeah, okay, open aggression. That's me. Okay, she was like, yeah, but you can't do that. So let's learn some breathing techniques. I was like, can you imagine Marvin breathing, you know, instead of beating somebody's ass? Child, I want to see it. So you need to readjust yourself. And then once you calm down, then you go back to the source that was making you angry and you try to de-escalate the situation calmly and effectively. One of the reasons why I think Marvin does go to the class, I mean, he has to, but I also think that deep down inside, Marvin likes going because he's got a little crush on his counselor. And I think the counselor has a crush on him too. You know, when she speaks to him afterwards, she was like, I'm always going to be on you. You're going to have to do what you need to do before I can tell the judge that you're doing what you're supposed to do. So he was just sort of like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like I said, both of the two of them kind of got little googly eyes, kind of flirty with each other. It is just a matter of time before them two will be seeing each other. Now, jumping back to Kanan. So Kanan goes to meet Fab. And baby, Fab is in a bad way because he's homeless. He can't afford to live nowhere on his own, you know, so he's trying to make it happen. But Fab tells Kanan that Scrappy killed himself. And Kanan was like, what? No way. Why would he kill himself? And he was just like, I don't know, but I'm telling you, like, all the family was over at the mama's house, and they say that he shot himself and killed himself. And Kanan was just like, that makes absolutely no sense. Well, Fab was like, listen, I can't worry about Scrap because a nigga don't have nowhere to stay. I can't stay at the Y. They was in my shit. Okay? I can't afford these apartments. Like, I need something to pop because, you know, Fab don't have anywhere safe to be. So even though Kanan is still just like dumbfounded about this whole Scrappy information, okay, he gonna help his boy. Okay, we was selling the mixtapes and everything. We gonna do shit a little different. And Fab is just like, fine, whatever works, as long as he ain't gonna be on these streets destitute. So Kanan goes to the projects where Rock, you know, is running her business out of, and it's like a fucking zoo there. I was just like, how long is this going to work? You know, there's a man there pissed off in the wheelchair because he can't get on the elevator, and you know, it's just a madhouse. Kanan goes into the room, and you know, he was just like, where's Marvin? And they was like, he at the angry nigga class. And he was just kind of looking around. You know, nobody's really paying Kanan any attention. So he steals a brick of drugs off of the thing, puts it in his backpack, and then was just like, all right, I'm out. Okay, tell Marvin that I was here, you know. And so then he goes back to Fab, and I guess part of their plan is they are going to now sell some drugs out of his mixtape cassette cases. So they go, they empty out all of the cassette tapes into the trash. They put the drugs in there, and then they go and work the corners. Okay. And the police are not giving them any grief, at least not yet, because the police just think that Fab is just a, you know, down on his luck rapper who's trying to come up and that he's selling his damn tapes out there. Little do they know that there's drugs in the fucking case. They pretty much doing it right in front of the police, you know, that's out there like kind of teasing Fab like, oh, nigga, here you go trying to be a rapper. So, I mean, I guess you got to give it to Kanan. He is trying to help his boy. Now, jumping over to Partner. Remember, Partner comes from a family of police, right? And I guess, remember, she got this job because her dad was like a higher up and, you know, was able to schmooze some elbows and get her in. So that's why people don't really have much respect for her. Well, anyway, she's sitting out talking to her dad. I'm assuming he's retired and everything. They having a beer, talking about her mom. Her mom is dead. And then the dad was just like, so I understand that your partner, you know, the detective, he still don't really remember what happened that night. And she was just like, yeah, you know, that's what he's saying, but she pretty much says that she doesn't believe it. Daddy is like, don't worry about the secrets that he have. Just make sure that you have his back and he have your back. That's what a partner is. You know, dad is still on old school police work. He ain't knowing this all the shit that goes down now. But he was just like, just make sure that you got your partner's back and vice versa. Okay? Because y'all lives are going to depend on it. You got to make sure that you can trust that person and they can do the same for you. And she was just like, yes, sir. Okay. So nobody really listens to Partner still. And speaking of detective, we see him having sex with some random. I didn't understand what was the purpose of all this. But he's having sex with the girl, and then when he finishes, after they finish and she's laying there, you know, all post-coital, he was like, you got a son, don't you? And she was just like, yeah, like a teenage kid. And he was like, well, what do you tell your kid about the work that you do? And she was like, well, he thinks I'm a barber. Okay. But she was like, the bottom line is he know I love him and he knows that I will do anything for him. Because detectives start making it seem like, I'm sorry, creepy daddy, start making it seem like, you know, she should be ashamed of, you know, her being, you know, running tricks or whatever. And she was just like, he know I love him and he know I would die for him. And that's all that damn matter, nigga. You want to act like I'm just doing something so horrible. You ain't the best person yourself sitting up here sleeping with a trick. When she leaves the house, though, wasn't that the partner that was sitting out there watching the house? So I guess she's still trying to keep, you know, I don't even know why she's watching Detective so closely. I don't know, child. Y'all can fill me in on that. Now, let's jump back over to Rock. So Rock goes to the projects and she pissed the fuck off. You already know that, okay? She goes straight upstairs. She orders everybody out the damn room. And it's just Marvin there. And she was like, I've been fucking calling your goddamn brother. The nigga will not answer the phone. And Marvin was like, you know, he probably at the studio. She said, we've been hit. Okay, they done took all our shit. And Marvin was just like, that's probably Juliana then probably took all that fucking money and went back down to Central America to build her damn house or whatever she was doing. And Rock was just like, I don't know, because if she stole that money, she would be stealing from her cousin. Because remember, they working with the Colombians and that's where they getting their drugs from. So she was just like, that don't really make too much sense. But Rock got a good idea who would be doing this. Okay. And you do too. So she looking at him like, that's that motherfucker Neek. Okay, and I was just like, I want Neek to win. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys that Partner also meets with a former love interest. Okay, remember, she hasn't been able to really truly act on her lifestyle, I guess, because of, I guess, politics, her family, all of that. But I was tripping off the fact that the girl looked exactly like her. I was like, y'all fucking twins or something? Like, what kind of old strange ass love thing y'all got going here? She looked exactly like her. But anyway, that girl is also a cop, I believe. Okay, so her and Partner can relate on whatever. And, you know, again, we talking about these secrets, how, you know, Detective Creepy Daddy ain't letting her in on everything. And her partner was like, well, you used to have secrets at one time too. Remember, I was a secret. Okay. But these two still googly eyeing at each other too. So maybe these two, you know, maybe partner just need her some damn loving. She's so fucking uptight or something. What's wrong with her? Now, Lou was at the studio, remember? And he up here listening to the new girl singing. That's what I'm saying. I was just like, she cannot sing. Like, why are we so in love with this voice again exactly? You know? And Lou is working with the girl, but then of course the uncle is there and he's all overbearing and saying what, you know, that song ain't the right song and it needs to be something else and all of that. And, you know, Lou is looking like, oh my God, he about to be real difficult. But before they can even get to having a conversation with the uncle about it, Rock go busting in there. She go up to Lou like, nigga, I've been calling you all this time. Your fucking phone don't work. Okay. And then the uncle sees Rock and, oh, it's like he's seen an angel in disguise. Like, oh my goodness. He come waxing poetical, saying some shit. She was like, I know who you are. Okay, I'm Lou's sister. Okay, she's here about to put her foot in Lou's ass because he won't answer the phone. All right, she ain't got time to be sitting up here talking to Uncle right now. She take Lou in the back room and she was just like, we've been hit. They done took all our fucking money. And she think that is unique. Lou don't think that is unique. Like, damn, no. You think that he would be coming, you know, for your money like that with, you know, in the position that he's in? Lou is like, it don't make sense. But Rock know better. She feel like this is some shit that Unique is doing. Okay, some sort of power play. And honey, Rock want her fucking money back. I don't blame her. Later on, we see Lou talking to Marvin in the car, and Marvin is asking him how Juke is doing, and Lou was like, Juke is good. He was like, did she ever ask about me? And Lou was just kind of looks at him, you know, not really wanting to say. Marvin was just like, yeah, I fucked that up. And Lou was like, yeah, you did. Okay, and now, you know, that pisses off Marvin. He's like, fuck it, whatever. Okay, he just leave out the car. Poor Marvin. Now, jumping back over to Fab and Kanan. Even after all that selling the drugs and shit, they still ain't got enough money for Fab to live on his own. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out something else. While they sitting there on the porch, Kanan's porch, Crown Camacho walks up. Like, is your mom here? And I was like, what you doing there to see Rock? Okay. And yeah, it was like, yeah, she inside. Anyway, Crown tell Fab, you know, maybe he can put in a good word for him. You know, everybody trying to look out for Fab. You got to get on your shit, though. Do what you need to do. And, you know, he did tell his sister that he would look out for Fab. So do what you need to do. Maybe he can get some shit going for him. But he goes inside and he's talking to Rock. And he tells Rock, look, I think I got something that can, you know, solve both of our problems with Lou. Because, you know, Rock don't want Lou to even be at that studio. And really quiet as it's kept, Crown Camacho would like for Lou to be gone too. But I'm just like, how you gonna do this and you ain't got no fucking money? Like, what's gonna be your your financing part? Because Lou is the money. Even though they ain't really making no money. Let Rock tell it. But right when Crown come there, her phone rang and she was just like, I gotta go. Okay, because it looks like they done got, you know, they trying to get this information off of the streets. Both Lou and Marvin trying to figure out if Unique really is the one that's behind this, her money being gone. So she gets a call and she was like, I gotta go. All right, talk to your ass later. So next thing we see, they done got Unique's, you know, the new boy that they hired from Unique's camp. They done hemmed him up and basically told him that he gonna have to prove to them that they can trust him because all this shit didn't happen once he done came over to their team. Now they money gone and all that. And he was just like, I don't think that's Unique. Like, Unique is not even in a position to be doing shit like this. Like, this is a major power play and I don't think that this is Unique. But Rock still know better. So they find Unique. He take them to him. And Unique is in this place. And he got the gun tied up, Juliana and everything. Got the gun on her. And Rock, you know, they dare to kill Unique. You know, Unique was like, you kill me, you will not see your damn money. Okay, so back it up a little bit, bag back. So while they having this conversation, Unique is like, listen, I already know that I can't do what I used to do. I don't have the money. I don't have the power. Everybody thinks that I'm, you know, like you said, radioactive or whatever. So I just want to make sure that me and my family is safe. Like, we ain't gonna come for you. We ain't doing no shit to you. But I need to know that my family is going to be fine. You won. Just leave us the fuck alone. Because listen, Rock, I can still make problems for you. Okay, you see what I done did here? Okay, I still got a little bit of pull out there. And I can still make shit hard for you. So let's call it, you know, let's call it even and leave us alone. They tell him to go to a new city and, you know, maybe he can start working there. But he was just like, every city got a unique, okay? Every city might have a rock too. So, you know, he ain't interested in that, even though I think he's still just talking. But he just want to retire off into the sunset. And I guess he convinces them because they was like, okay, fine, nigga. You know, Rock was like, give me my motherfucking money. Now, jumping back over to Kanan, child. Kanan sees creepy daddy again. Okay? And he was just like, your mom told you I was crazy, didn't she? Okay, but I'm not crazy. I remember everything. I remember that you shot me. I went on and took that bullet from you. Now I'm going to take the bullet for you. I'm not going to tell the people who shot me. But he ain't going to tell on Kanan because he wouldn't do that to his son. So he's still working on Kanan. And for whatever reason, I think Kanan does believe it. Now, you guys, jumping back over to Juke. So, Juke, you know, she's still been real interested in her mother. I thought that she was just going to church to just try to, you know, try to shake off some demons and maybe try to find some peace there. But no, turns out when she goes into this church, her mother is up there singing. Okay, I said, go on, Wicked City woman, Rochelle. Okay, she's up there singing. And, you know, Juke is just listening to her sing. And then it's apparent that Wicked City woman Rochelle actually knows who Juke is, because when she sees her, she stops singing and she was just like, and so Juke realizes that she knows who she is. And so Juke runs off. And Wicked City woman Rochelle, okay, we'll call her Mama. Mama go chasing after her, but she doesn't catch up with Juke, but she's still looking like, that was my daughter here. Something tells me that the mama is staying away, not by her own, not because she wants to. I think that they have forced that woman away for some reason. And like somebody said in my comments, I wonder if Rock got something to do with it. I wouldn't put it past her. With old mean ass. Okay, but anyway, while Juke is back at home with Kanan, Kanan tells her about creepy daddy. And she was just like, I don't believe it. No way. So then when Rock gets home, Kanan confronts his mom about it. And she just starts laughing. But the laugh was so strange. She was like, you know, he been going around saying all kind of crazy shit. This fool said the same thing to me. So she tries to convince Kanan that he was tripping. I think still creepy daddy has piqued Kanan's interest for sure. So she was like, listen, he don't know what is and isn't real anymore at this point. You can't go by him. He's unpredictable. He's unstable, just trying to make creepy daddy look like he is really crazy. And that's why I wanted him dead. That's why I tried to get you to kill him. And Kanan is still trying to like talk to her about it, but she keeps on cutting him off. You know, she was just like, just keep your head down. You know, this is gonna pass. He gonna let it go eventually. I said, no, he is not. That is not the approach to take, Rock, if you're trying to keep this boy from really finding out the truth. So she thinks that just leaving it alone, that it's going to go away. Y'all going to have to get rid of creepy daddy if you really, really want the story to go away. But it don't even matter because now Kanan has an idea. He gonna research it till he knows for a fact. Anyway, letting that go for now. Kanan was like, I heard about Scrappy. That shit don't make no sense. Like, he wouldn't kill himself. And, you know, she was just like, yeah, you know, I hadn't had a chance to talk to you about it. But sometimes people get to a point where they just don't want to live no more. And Kanan is still like, that shit don't make no sense, though. She was just like, listen, it was his decision and it's what he wanted. So we just have to respect him for that. Let's just remember him for what he was. And Kanan is really confused. That's because your mom is a cold-blooded killer. And Kanan, I guess, yeah, we know where you got it from, right? Ooh, that Rock is something else, ain't she? I will say that this season is turning out to be so much better to me, the writing has, than last season. So I'm pleased. I'm glad. I'm liking the direction of everything right now. How y'all feel about the show so far? All right, you guys, I'm gonna try to eat me a little lunch before my lunch is over. Okay, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.